This is the last video of my PyQt tutorial series, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to make the calculator calculate and how to build your Python script into a standalone executable so that you can share it with your friends. And if you wait to the end of this video, I'll show you guys how to run your Python script on Android. It is going to look something like this. So let's get started.
She found Strange time on a bit, baby.
Well, that's it. So let's test out our code and see what we have done. Oh, it appears we've made a mistake here. So let's run the code again. Now I'm going to add two numbers. As you can see, it gives us an answer, and I will also subtract another number from this. It also gives us an answer. Then multiplication, that one works too. Then division, it also works. So now I'm going to explain the code. At first, I started by making a function equal with an argument self. If you don't know what that means, you can check out my previous video for the explanation. Then I globalized con and screen, and then I assigned self.text.text.split to equal. What this means is that I divided the contents of the calculator screen into their component parts, and I assigned it to equal, making it a list. It's going to be something like this. In case you don't understand, like equal equals to the first content of the calculator, then the second content, and the third content. Then here I made a statement saying if the contents of equal are greater or equals to 3, then con should equal to false. And what this does is, if we have more than 3 values on our calculator screen, like 2 plus 3, that's 3 value, 2, then the addition sign, and then 3, that's 3 value. If we have 3 or more than 3 value, then con should equals to false. And con is the boolean controlling the amount of values on the calculator screen. So when it's false, it's telling the calculator not to accept any other value. And here we made a statement saying if con equals false, which means when the content of equal is greater or equals to 3, then we made a sub statement inside the statement saying if equal 1 equals my plus, and equal 1 is going to be the second content in the list equal, and not the first. In case you are a beginner in Python or programming in general, the content of a list or array, as in some other programming language, starts with 0 and not 1. So if equal 1 equals plus. That means if the second content of the list equals plus, then float equals 0 plus float equal 2 is assigned to results, which means float equal 0. That is the first value on our calculator screen, then plus float equal 2. That's the third value on our calculator screen. Now the float method here means that you should convert the values to decimal. And the reason why we are doing that is because of the decimal point we added to the calculator, so as not to create any complications during decimal calculation. Then here is set to self.text.setText string results, and what this does is to display the results of the calculation we've just done on the calculator screen. And we did the same for the rest here using elif statements, but we changed the calculation symbol, and then after everything it should set come to true. Then we went up here under the n equals to the string equal statements, and we assigned the value of command to self.equal, and all this gave behavior to the equation button in the calculator. Now let me show you how to build your Python script into a standalone executable. The first thing you need to do is to install a build module, and the one we'll be using today is going to be cxFreeze. So you run command prompt as administrator, and you type in pip install cx_freeze. My requirements are already satisfied. That means I've already installed cxFreeze, but if you haven't, it's going to bring a different message for you. So let's build this standalone executable. First, we need to create a new Python file, and we're going to call it setup.py. Now let's write the code for our setup.py. Now let's go through what we've just written. On the first line, from cxFreeze, we imported setup and executable, and then under the method setup, I've filled out some arguments. The first argument under the method setup is name, and this is the name we want our executable to be. Then the second argument under the method setup is the version of the executable we are releasing. This will only matter if you released the previous version of your executable. And then the third argument is description. This is like if you are listening to a particular target market and you want to describe what your standalone executable does, this is going to come handy to you. And then the last argument here is the executables argument. And under this, we are going to tell the Python script that it should create a standalone executable for the other Python script, which is calculator.py. So to actually create your standalone executable, we are going to save this, and then we are going to open command prompts in the folder of your setup.py. Remember, you are going to create your setup.py in the same folder that contains the Python script you want to create a standalone executable for. So to create the standalone executable, you type python setup.py, which is now our setup.py build. Now this is going to take a while, you just have to be patient for it. So that's done. Let's now see our standalone executable. After you are done running this on command prompt, you are going to get a folder build on your in your directory. So enter the folder. You get another folder. Now this is our standalone executable called calculator. Now if I click on the calculator icon, it runs our calculator GUI. Now it works normally. That's good. Now for the bonus I talked about at the beginning of the video, we are going to run our Python project on Android. But first, let's modify the code to make it suitable for the Android operating system. The first thing we are going to do is to cut this and paste it at the top of the code, because we need to get the screen size of the device. Now we are going to create a variable size, and we are going to assign the value of app.primaryScreen to it. Then a dot size at the end. Then we are going to change the content of our variable width and height. We are going to assign a value of size.width to width, and a value of size.height to height. Now let's run this and see what we've done. Now we've changed the size of the calculator. Now it fits the whole screen, but the button looks kind of too big for the calculator, so let's change the size of those two. Now to change the size of the buttons to fit the calculator, we need to eradicate all these hundreds. So anywhere we have numbers in a variable that has something to do with the screen, we are going to change it, and most of our numbers here are hundreds. So what we'll do is that we are going to substitute 100 for 1/3 of the height, because 100 is 1/3 of 300, which is the original height. So let's substitute it for 1/3 of the height. One over 3 multiplied by height. So let's do this for the rest. And then let's also substitute it in our Q line edits. Since the original height, which is 300 minus 200 equals 100, we're going to substitute the whole of this for our new 100. And then finally the button size, and finally. So let's check this and see what we've done. Now as you can see, everything fits perfectly. The buttons fits together with the size of the Q line edit, and everything fits. So let's send this to our Android device. I'm going to paste it in the internal storage, and there it is. Now here on Android, I'm going to show you guys how to run your Python scripts. But first, we need to download a Python IDLE on Android. Now let's go to Play Store. we're going to search for PyQt5. Now if you haven't installed this before, this is your chance. You can install it now. So after installing PyQt in the application, so on the PyQt6, let's so PyQt5 install. Now let's open our project. Now let's run it. Now everything looks okay except for the fact that our display is very small. So let's fix that now. Change this to something like 90. Now let's so that's all for today's video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe to my channel for more content. Thanks for watching. Bye.